Welcome students. Today I am going to teach you the affirmative sentences into negative. So we are going to see transformation of sentences affirmative into negative sentences. Today we are going to see that thing. So let's get started. Affirmative into negative. Transformation of sentences. Uh, the affirmative sentence into negatives. We have to know that thing to change, to transform the sentences, affirmative sentences into negative. Before that, we have to know some particular things. There are some steps it is given. Find out the auxiliary verbs in a sentences. That's the first thing. You should do that. And the next thing, split the root verb. That is a base form of the verb. We have to split it with the help of do, does, did, and add not after auxiliary verbs in a sentence. And now we have a negative sentences. So this is the basic steps to transform a sentence negative formation. Have to split a verb and just give you have to split a main verb, that is a base sum of verb. It is giving in present and past tense only, and a singular present and plural present it is given. For example, I have taken a one verb, go, and it is splitting with do plus go. And goes, it is a singular verb. For example, because the verb has yes, ears, iers, so that is splits with does plus go. And went, it is past tense of the go. Did plus go, it is splitting by did plus go. So this way you have to split a main verb, that is called as base form of a verb. So you have come across the verbs in that particulars, that is a verb table, you have learned that thing. So all the verbs should split with do, does, did only. So did it is for past tense, and do it is for present tense, and does it is also for present tense, but do it is for plural verb, and does it is for singular verb. We are splitting. So next slide, adding not in a sentence, that is a rule I have given you. So see that rule. Basically the sentence has subject and auxiliary verb, or object or complement or adjunct, something else with it has thing. And for example, I have given that sentence, he is a doctor. So the subject, you know that he, and auxiliary verb is a doctor, it is a complement, that is a sentence, it is completed. And before that thing, you should know that very particularly, I have told you before that thing. First of all, we have to find out auxiliary verbs in a sentences, and we have to split the main verb with the help of do, does, did, and we have to add not after auxiliary verbs in a sentence. Now we have a negative sentences. So for that thing we have to do, see this, the basic rule, it is exactly it is given right. Okay, so next it is a not, that was it is a positive sentence, and it is giving for you negative sentence, adding not in a sentence. So the same sentence I have given you, only adding not to that sentence only, subject and auxiliary verb plus not an object, the same pattern it is given. We have to find out auxiliary verb, and we have to put not after that auxiliary verb. For example, he is not, here is a auxiliary verb, and we just put not after the auxiliary. See the difference. He is a doctor, it is positive sense, and he is not a doctor, it is a negative formation. This is the rule we are going to give a negative sentence. We have to give the adding not in a sentence. This is the rule. And another example also I have given you, that was it is given in a sentence, it is auxiliary verb, and that same thing, the sentence as a main verb in a sentence, how we have to split. I'm telling that thing. And there is a subject and verb and object, that is the same pattern, but here it is a main verb, that is a verb, it is functioning main verb. For example, he, and this Mr. Sharma works as a doctor. Here the sentence has a main verb and he's doing some job, he's doing some work in that sentence. So we have to split this verb. See that thing. I already told you, you have to split with that verb. That means because it is follows with a singular verb. The noun follows with a singular verb because it is a singular subject that follows singular verb that has works. And the subject auxiliary verb plus noun plus V1. Everything you have to do. If you split any verb, you have to split with any verb with do, does, did. You have to put present form of verb after a do. Okay. So see that example. Mr. Sharma does not work as a doctor. So works splitting into does plus work. So this is the basic rule. Now one more example I have given you. He, that means Mr. Sharma can play the piano. That is given in a modal auxiliaries. For example, modal auxiliaries, we merely add the not to the auxiliary only. And but the difference in that, before the sentence has main verb. Here it is a auxiliary verb help to the main verb. So it is helping to the main verb. For example, Mr. Sharma can play the piano. Mr. Sharma cannot play the piano. This is the negative sentence. So here we have the auxiliary verb. First sentence has is in the sentence, and in this sentence auxiliary verb can, but second sentence has main verb. That is why we have to split the sentence with does plus present form of a verb. What the verb is given, so that verb we have to put. And let's have some exercises. More exercises I have given you. See that thing. I'm a poor boy. Here we have to find out what is auxiliary, and that auxiliaries we have to add not to that auxiliaries. Here it is the auxiliary verb, it is am. I am not a poor boy. And see the second sentence, he fails to catch the train. Fails, it is a main form of a verb, so we have to split with the that, because actually it is giving in a present form, so that is why the verb follows with yes, because the subject is singular form. So if the subject is plural, I have given that example, another example, you say, see that thing. And he doesn't fail to catch the train. So fails split into does plus fail. Okay. And the people come to attend the party. So here it is giving in a plural noun. So that plural subject follows with plural verb. So that we have, because if we add the yes and use is to the verb in a sentence, there should be a he, she, it is a pronoun only. And if we have a plural noun, there should be the verb in plural verb. For example, the people do not come to attend the party. See the example, the people do not come to the party. And the exercises I have given you. Nancy went to the church. John was playing the cricket. The people were attending the party. So Nancy went to the church. Went, it is a past tense. So we just split with the did plus go. Nancy did not go to the church. John was playing the cricket. Here it is auxiliary verb, it is was. So merely we have to add not to that was. John was not playing the cricket. The people were attending the party. Here the sentence were auxiliary verb, and we have to add not. The people were not attending the party. And we have done this work. It is a perfect tense it is given, and have it is a main verb, that is the auxiliary verb, and done it is a main verb, and it is helping to the done. So we have to add not only in the sentence. we have not done this work. So he has passed in the exams. He has not passed in these exams. I had attended the meeting. I had not attended the meeting. And you may do this work. These are sentences for modal auxiliaries. So if we have to add not to that auxiliaries verb only. So first thing we have to identify, we have to find out auxiliary verb in a sentence. Then we have to put add not to that auxiliary verb. Then we have a negative sentence. You may not do this work. So see the second. He can tell the truth. He cannot tell the truth. They should come with you. They should not come with you. So we have to more give a concentration in that before particular sentence. But for example, what is the thing? Students, we have to give the more concentration on this part only. For example, the sentence has main verb only. In that particular, we have to split with the do, does, did. It is helping to split the main verb. Then we have negative sentence in the sentence. For example, he fails to catch the train. He doesn't fail to catch the train. But some other sentence has am, is, or was were actually auxiliary verbs or be form verbs and have perfect tense, and sometimes it is acts as the main form of a verb in the sentence too. And one more thing, do, does, did. Okay. And modal auxiliaries may, can, that is past tense, might, cannot, could not, shall not, will not, should not, would not. And these are all, we are merely adding not only to this auxiliary verbs only, but we have to give proper sentence in a negative formations in the main verb only. We have to split. See that difference, you know that thing. Because in this sentence, past tense, so this is past continuous tense. Because difference between Nancy went to the church, John was playing the cricket. Here the sentence, both sentence, it is giving in a past tense, and here we have the auxiliary verb. But the first sentence, Nancy went to the church, there is no auxiliary verb in a sentence. So that is why we are adding the auxiliary verb. Then we have to put not in the auxiliary verb. For example, it is giving in a past tense. That is why we split with did plus not. Can okay. And some more examples from modal auxiliaries I have given you. Or see that thing, and you will understand very well. I hope you understood, and thank you